Alright, I know it's been a little bit since I've done a video. Just haven't had the time of day really, but I went to the secondhand shop the other day and picked up a great little find that I figured I'd share with you guys and do a little bit of a trying to fix video. So hopefully it goes well, hopefully we can get this going, but we'll just have to get cracking into it and hope for the best. So the other day I was at DI, our local secondhand shop, and as I was walking around I walked over to the collectibles where they happen to have a old Atari 2600 system. It was sold as untested. Picked this up for $30, which just for the system would be a bit much, but with it came a whole box of additional goodies that I don't even know if fits in the camera frame here. So we've got 10 games, 3 of which with manuals, and then 5 controllers. Only 2 or 3 of them are in good shape. The other 2 have chewed up ends here. But we've got some pretty good games in here. We've got Defender, Combat, Warlords, Battlezone, Barnstorming, what is this, E.T., another version of Combat here. And then with the manuals, we've got Berserk, Surround, and Tennis. But before we can get into any of those to see if any of these work, first off, we gotta figure out if the Atari itself works. Other than being dusty and having a little bit of something melted over here, it's in pretty good shape. It doesn't have any other major blemishes that I can see. But let's go ahead and get it cracked open and see what we can see. Looks like there's a few screws all the way around. So let's just get those pulled off real quick. And then I don't remember if you need to take these ones out. To get it to pull apart, I'm gonna go ahead and pull them out anyways. All right, and oof, that is one dusty mess. Smells like somebody's attic. Alright, let's take a look here. So first we're going to unplug the RF cable because for now that's just going to get in the way. Shuffle this out. Alright. Now as far as everything goes, other than being really dusty, everything looks pretty clean. Get the case out of the way here. Get a brush and a vacuum and clean this up a little bit. Well, didn't mean for that to happen, but got it back. Normally these have like a signature and a date on it to show when it was signed off as from the factory as working, but I'm not seeing anything on this one, so obviously whoever signed off this Atari was slacking back in the day. But yeah, we'll end up trying to tape that back down there or something just for posterity's sake. So let's flip everything around here, pull that shield off, and get looking. So it looks like, I mean, as far as I can see, everything looks to be in pretty good shape. I've seen a few of these where the solder is all cracked, but a lot of this almost looks like it's been recently looked at, potentially reworked. A lot of this looks original, but It's a little blobby there from my experience. Let's go ahead and open up the main canister here and see what we can see. Alright, this bottom side definitely looks factory. From what I can see, a couple more Phillips here and we will be in. Alright, just to make it easier on ourselves, let's separate the two boards. Alright. So again, other than being dusty, not seeing anything immediately wrong with any of this really. Right now we're just doing a sanity check more than anything, just to make sure that nothing outright looks exploded or burnt or otherwise out of place. Everything looks nice and clean. I'm just looking over some of these traces. Well, let's try plugging it into something and see what happens. Assembly is just the opposite of disassembly, so we'll just sort of blow right through this and meet you guys back on the other side, I guess. Alright, so we got it put together as far as we really need to as far as testing goes. We're gonna first clean up one of the cartridges here, just to give everything its best chance as we can to get it to boot up. Now we don't even know for certain if this cartridge works, so we may have to try a couple of cartridges, but we're hoping to at least get a picture of some sort, and that'll be able to tell us if we need to do some more digging on the Atari, or if maybe we need to switch out cartridges. I'm sure at least one out of the 10 games in there should work, so hopefully we don't strike out completely. Alright, and let's just spritz in here a little bit. One of these ways, there we go. Alright, and before we get too far, I just want to make sure that I'm going to be able to test a few things here. So we've got what should be ground. I don't know if this chassis here is grounded out. It looks like it is. So that's good there. So this should be wired correctly here. This is not an official Atari power cable. The Atari, from what I read online, really wants 9 volts at around 500 milliamps. This is the closest I could find immediately, which is 9 volts at 200 milliamps. I'd rather undervolt it than overvolt it. So let's get this plugged in and see if there's any smoke. So no smoke immediately. That should be on. And then, let's see if I can just look in here. Well, it helps if we are on voltage now, doesn't it? So we're getting 8.78 volts there, which is good. We are getting 5 volts even there, 5.1. So that means we are getting voltage through. So So there's a good chance that we are getting video. So let's bust out our little portable television here. This should be our ticket here. I'm not sure which of these will be the actual RF signal, but let's do some trial and error here. So first we will power this off. And let's plug this in here. Just taking a guess. Let's plug this in. Then power this on. Let's try a different plug here. There we go. We have signal. I don't know how clear that's going to be. Let's get the viewfinder. There we go. So we don't currently have a controller hooked up, but let me get some things repositioned here so you guys can see the screen better. All right, so it looks like it's working. I flipped the switch between, which one was it? There we go, black and white and color. As you can see, the color and everything seems to work. Let's see if I can get the camera to focus right. All right, let's try that again. So everything seems to be working. I've never played this game, so I don't know how it goes, but I can go up. Down on this controller seems to be a little finicky. Up, down, up, down, up. Really have to mash it. Whoa, we're way zoomed in. Let's go ahead with the classic E.T. All right. Left works, right works, up works. Yeah, down is a little bit finicky on this controller. Why not? We've made this video as long as it is already. Let's go ahead and crack into one of these controllers and see if we can figure out what makes it tick. Go from there. There. All right, let's crack this open now. Let's see if we can pull this apart. There we go. Hold this over there. Oh yeah. These should be pretty simple. So we were looking at the down, which would be this one over here. So let's see if we can peel back this sellotape and hopefully get in here without damaging things too much. This sellotape has quite a stick to it. We only need to go as far as the bottom button here, luckily, but I am wary of this tape pulling up traces because it is stuck on there good. Okay, I don't know how well you can see that, but it looks to just be a little bit corroded is all. So I'm just gonna hit that with the Q-tip and the isopropyl alcohol, and then hopefully it will just work for us again. Stick that right back down there. This right button feels like it's lost its spring a bit compared to some of the others. Same with the up, I guess. These ones are clicky. I doubt you can hear that, but then that one and that one don't click. There's not much I can do about that. It's just old and worn, and the diaphragm just doesn't pop back like it used to, I guess. But let's get this put back together. Make sure we do not lose the spring. Let's turn this on and hit power. There we go. Let's see if we can get it at an angle that you guys can see too. Or we can zoom in a little bit. Well, the colors are gonna just be off for you guys. It's not the greatest viewing screen. But let's go ahead and hit game select. No, I don't even know how this game works. Well, there we go. We're beaming down. Let's adjust this a little bit. There we go. Up works. Down works much more reliably. Right and left. I guess I don't know my rights and lefts. Right and left. Okay, wait. Has directions on there. Let's go to the right of the screen here. See what happens. Up. We fell in a pit. I assume that means we lose. Not quite sure what my objective is. Nope. Blew up again. Well, hope you all enjoyed. It was a nice little, I guess, almost trying to fix. The Atari seems to work just fine without any sort of problems, which is nice. The cartridge, so far the 3 cartridges I've tried are working just fine. I'll sort through the other 7 and see how those go. The controllers seem to probably be hit or miss, but opening those up seemed pretty easy. I may even take one of the uglier looking ones and see if I could do a tack switch mod or something on it so that it just feels a little bit better and maybe handles a little more reliably. But yeah, this Atari seems to be a great candidate for a composite mod, so I'll be looking into that. I know they sell kits on eBay and things for about $10 so that you can just plug this into your standard RCA leads instead of having to go through the whole RF rigmarole. But hope you all enjoyed, and until next time, I guess, thanks for watching.